Welcome to EngTech Media, your gateway to engineering and technology. Subscribe now for more innovative content.
So we're just going to look at our component, how to create our component. So I'm just going to create some of our shape tools. I'm just go to my shape tools and bring out some of our shape tools out. So these shape tools I'm drawing out now, they are different. They're in different shape tools. So we are going to see what components is and how components can mesh these shape tools together. All these are different symbols that we are making use of. So I'm just going to go over and look for star. I'll drag that in. All right. So yeah, so these are the things that we have. So I'm going to go over and group everything together. As you can see, there are different files on their own. So let me zoom that in. So we have star, we have rectangle, we have ellipse 5, polygon 1. You can see these are different. So we're going to be using them for as components. So I just go over and group everything together. Then I go to my right hand bar, click on the plus sign button. Alright, so you see your auto layout. Once you click on that plus sign, you automatically activate your auto layout. Click on it. Alright, so now we can move this. You can see we can move them around and they are still going to remain in the same box. It's almost like a frame. It's like we have framed them. Alright, so they are all together now because we are now inside our auto layout. Now we can drag, I can drag each of them and you see that they automatically separate equally. They will move equally and come back to the same location depending on how I try to drag them. All right, so okay, I wanted to drag it from here. I guess my Figma is having issue with that, so I'll just ignore that. So we're going to go over to check some other things we can do with this component. So as you can see, we have in our auto layout, we have flow. The first we can see there is in any direction. You see the other one is different direction. All right, so that flow tells us the direction that we want our components to go. So once you click on these warps, that we click on now, if you click on the warps, this particular arrow sign you are seeing, once you click on it, it's going to make your component to be able to move. You can drag everything and everything will automatically rearrange. So you can play with that. Once you drag it, you extend it, they will all come back to their normal default setting, their normal size. If you drag it again, they will all automatically rearrange in a grid format. All right, so we can just go over to our color. I'm just going to give them color so that we can easily differentiate them. So I'll just give them multiple different color, give each of them different colors so I can differentiate them. So I'll give this a blue. Okay, so the menu is tag. I'll also give this a color just to differentiate them, so that we can easily differentiate them. All right, so we can go over to our right hand bar. You can see that is our auto layout. The direction that is pointing downward, that's our flow. The direction that is pointed downward, you can use the direction that is pointed. The last one you are seeing there is the grid format. All right, so there's the downward direction and the right direction. So if we click on the grid, you see what's going to happen. We drag them together and click on the grid, go back to the normal default. Everything will be in vertical format. All right, so as you can see, if I drag it up and down, they all remain in the same box. So I'm just going to group that together. I'll just hold my shift key and group them together so I can resize and increase their size. So Once I increase their size, you see that they're still in the same, because they're already a component. All right, they are still in the same location. So I have to group that together so I can resize all of them. So mind you, these diagrams, all these symbols you are seeing here, I just drew them out. They are not in the same size. Some are bigger than some. So it is our padding. Now this first padding is the vertical, all right, which is the height. Then the other padding is the horizontal, all right. So this is the vertical padding, so the other one is the horizontal. What it means is that it's the distance between the shape tools and the line you are seeing around. So it's going to shift it. If we add padding to it, you are going to see the difference. So I can just come here and add padding. I'll give it 5. You will see that there's a different, it has shifted from the vertical axis. So I will do that on the horizontal axis. You will also see the changes that it's going to make. It's going to shift everything downward. So that is that. So we also look at positioning. We have different kind of positioning. You have the alignment. You have the left, the center. You have the left, the right, and the middle positioning. Now this positioning is going to make them to go into different directions. We are going to be making use of all this positioning so you can see the effect and changes that it's going to make to our components. So that's our left. I click on it. I click on the middle. It's going to take everything to our center. And the reason why it's like this is because we're just using only components. We didn't put them inside a frame. It's supposed to be in a frame, but in our part 2 we'll go deep into our components so you understand how that particular part works. We are going to be using our component inside a frame. So when we go deep, you discover how we are going to be able to make use of this component in a very matured format. All right, so this is just an introduction to a component. I'm just trying to show you what you can do with it and how you can align your component and the features that is available for your components. There are massive features so that you don't get confused once we go into component proper. So in our part 2, we are going to go deep into what we are doing now. All right, so I would prefer to just give this a color. So I'll give the background a color so that we can see what we are working on. So this field is currently on white, so I'll just give it a little, add some sprinkle some little background to it so that the field we are working, what we are working on, will see the background. So that's the purpose of that. So as you can see, we have these are dimensions. We are going to make use of these dimensions. With that dimensions is going to increase the distance between each component. All right, so I'll just zoom that in to see what I did there. So it's going to increase the size between the distance between the components. So if I add to it, you will see the difference. All right, so I'm going to make this a grid format. So you can actually make this a grid format. Let me zoom that in so that you will see. So I'm going to move. This is currently a linear format. That's the normal format where we created. Now in this our column, we can make it a grid format, whereby everything will be boxed in grid format. That may arrange into, depends on how we want it. All right, you can see the difference. So I made this a grid format. So in case you have multiple components, you can automatically transform them from linear to become a grid format component. All right, so we're just going to go over to, as you can see in our H, we are looking at, okay, I'm just going to increase the components to 5. As you can see, we can't make use of 5 because what we have there is 4. Right, we will have 4 features here, so there will be no space for to add 5 to it. So we only have four features there. All right, so on this particular, if we were to be using a frame, I think I would prefer to use hug. When I say hug, this is currently fixed. If I use hug content, it means that it's going to hug around the whole environment we are working on, which is majorly your frame. But we are not currently not using frame, so I'm just going to try that out to see what's going to happen. As you can see, it doesn't have much effect on it because we currently do not have frame, so we're using fist. I'll use fist for this. So I'll try out hug. So these are the resolution, so the resizing to position where they are supposed to be, so you can change their position from one place to another, right? So the reason why I added different colors to it is I'm changing the position. Try to look at the position. The star is downward, so you can actually take the video back to see the difference. The star wasn't there before, so that position changes each of their locations. Alright, so there are so many things you can play with here. So you can just come here and click on hug. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to increase the corner radius. The corner radius of our environment is currently 5, so I will increase it to 10. I'm going to zoom that in, so I've already added it. That's 10. So I will zoom in now so that you will see the difference. Now you can see the corner radius, that's the corner size. The corner radius, you can see it's now rounded because we added 5 to it. It was 5 before, it was formerly 5. I added 5 to it, it became 10. You can see the corner radius is now visible. Alright, so I've zoomed that in. You can see the corner radius and the difference that it's going to make. Don't forget our padding is still 5. That is our vertical, and the horizontal padding is 5. Alright, so this is your component. This is how to work on your components. Now this is just the introduction to component. In our next class we are going